When will the Republicans, the real Republicans, stand up like Liz Cheney and other minority members of the Republican Party now? When will they stand up and say, let's right this wrong and set the record straight on how we proceed, even with the midterms fast approaching?
Yeah, well, I don't think that there's a distinction between a real and a fake Republican. Anyone who registers as a Republican is a Republican. So I don't think that someone who is a real Republican has more rights to the name, to the handle than anyone else. But as far as the where the party goes, the NRCC just had a record fundraising quarter, even setting records that we beat back in 2019. So there are a lot of things that the party itself is doing, continuing to do, to make sure that we take back the House in 2022 and ultimately the White House in 2024. But that's a separate thing for what Donald Trump is going to continue to do when it comes to spreading that information. We know that that's something that politicians unfortunately do all the time, which is why we have Joe Biden now comparing these voter election laws or election laws in these states to Jim Crow. It's very hot language. I understand why Joe Biden uses it. I'm not going to go around and criticize him, even though he is historically inaccurate in comparing what's happening now to things like people like my mother, who still talks about not being able to drink at the white water fountains. Those are things that were under the Jim Crow system. That is in no way comparable to what's happening now around the country with these voter election laws or election laws. But he uses that language because it actually is red meat to its face. Irresponsible as it may be, I think that Donald Trump should stop, but the odds of him doing that are pretty slim.